Welcome to MonePlay, the world of making money online. Today we're going to walk you through this tutorial on how to create your own to-do list application using only ChatGPT and Visual Studio Code. That's right, you don't need any programming background to do this. ChatGPT is an AI language model that can understand and respond to natural language. And it can generate lots of code which can be used by people with no programming background. You will need a code editor, and for this tutorial we're using Visual Studio Code, which is a popular and powerful code editor that allows you to write, test, and debug your code with ease. Together, they make it possible to create your own web application in just minutes. In this tutorial, we'll guide you through the entire process of building your own to-do list application. You'll learn how to use ChatGPT to write all the code for you, and how to integrate its code to create a simple and effective web application for a to-do list. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a fully functional to-do list application that you can use for yourself or share with others. So, let's get started. Follow along with us as we show you step-by-step instructions for how to create your own to-do list web application. And remember, no programming background is needed, and it only takes minutes to create. Let's ask ChatGPT to create a code for making a modern-looking to-do list application for a website, using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then, lean back and watch the artificial intelligence do its magic. First it writes some nonsense about it can't create code, but that it is able to give us examples. Then it starts with writing the HTML code. This is the code we're going to copy and paste into what is called the index page, or index.html. The index page is the most common name used for the default page shown on a website. In other words, index.html is the name used for the home page of the website. ChatGPT then continues with writing the CSS code, which is used to style and lay out web pages. For example, to set the fonts, color, size, and spacing of your content, split it into multiple columns and much more. And finally, it writes the JavaScript code. JavaScript is used both on the client side and server side, and allows you to make web pages interactive. Where HTML and CSS are languages that give structure and style to web pages, JavaScript gives web pages interactive elements that engage a user. I can see that the JavaScript code generated is incomplete. Sometimes ChatGPT just suddenly stops generating if the response is too long. Then you can just specify that the code generated is incomplete, and it will reply with what is missing. Now it's time to put this together. Create a folder wherever you like on your computer. Open Visual Studio Code, then browse and open that folder inside the program. Click on Select Folder and then create a file named index.html inside this folder. Also create two different subfolders inside your main folder. Name the folders CSS and JS. You may then go back to ChatGPT's response and copy the HTML code. Paste it inside your index.html file. Create a file named app.js inside your JS folder. Create another file named style.css inside your CSS folder. Then copy the CSS code from ChatGPT and paste it inside the style.css file. At last, copy the JavaScript code and paste it inside the app.js file. Remember to copy the corrected code form the last reply. Also remember to save all three files from Visual Studio Code. Now you should locate and open your main folder, and open the index.html file. It will then open in a web browser and you should see something like this. As you can see, this does not look very modern, so we need to correct a minor reference fault in the code. Because we have created our files inside subfolders, we need to specify this file path in the HTML code, so just add the name of the subfolder with a slash before style.css and before app.js. Again, remember to save the file. Go back to your to-do list web page and refresh the page by hitting F5. It should now look more modern like this. We can then test the to-do list by typing in some tasks in the Add a New Task section. Our tasks are then listed below, and they can be deleted by pressing the Delete button on the right-hand side. If you want to add other functions, change styles, or anything else, you can just ask ChatGPT to add or change this in its code. For example, let's say we want to make our delete button red. Just tell ChatGPT that you want the delete button red, and it then replies with the code you need to add or change. Copy and paste the code from the response in the same way we already did. Again, remember to save the files after each edit. Go back to your web page and hit the refresh button once more, and start adding some tasks. You should now see that the delete button has changed its color from white to red. That's it. This is all it takes to have ChatGPT create a basic web application for you, with no requirement for you to write any code yourself. To give it a try, you can download Visual Studio Code completely free from the link provided in the video description. And as always, if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. And please make a comment if you're experiencing any issues following the steps in the video, or if you have any wishes for other tutorials like this.